Dan, I'd like to start with you and ask you how you first heard of the story of the Rohingya and how you managed to follow them step by step on their incredible journey to try and get away from Burma.
Well, for those of you who've never heard of the Rohingya, they're probably one of the most repressed groups in the world. They come from the western part of Burma, Myanmar, which is a terribly repressed country, and they are treated as subhumans, basically. They're not even recognized as citizens. For years, they have been fleeing, looking for a better life, looking for jobs, just simply trying to escape persecution in boats. It's been getting steadily worse. That was something that had been happening for a while. What was different in 2008, 2009, was that the Thai military were employing a policy to force them back out to sea when they arrived off the Thai coast. So that was the you know, as is so often the case now, the sort of social media playing its part, citizen journalism playing its part. They contacted us with photos at the same time they contacted the South China Morning Post, who did some great work on this story as well. What was lacking in the photos and the other stories in the local papers was conclusive proof that these people were being dumped at sea like human garbage, basically, was what was happening. And that was what sparked us to go on this investigation down into this very remote area of Thailand to try and nail this down conclusively. Which was obviously, you know, pretty difficult to do, but
you did it.
We did it.
Yeah, you had made it clear to them early on that you were worth money, a lot of money. Do you think now, in retrospect, that was a wise thing to do? In other words, did that keep the three of you alive on some level?
What happens on the second night of the kidnapping, our kidnapper comes in and takes us out of the house for being held in, and he says, there's a film crew from Al Jazeera coming and a bunch of Arabs, and, you know, they're going to decapitate you. So I quickly started saying, no, we're worth more alive than dead, you know, he was very clever at constantly playing that he was the sort of moderate who would protect us and the reasonable person, and the danger was these other, you know, foreign militants around him. So in the course of that conversation, I said, you can get, you know, money and prisoners for us. When did you finally realize, after you were out of the compound, that you were free and that it was all over? How did you feel at that moment? It was, you know, extraordinary. Yeah. So the moment I knew I was okay was when I called my home number in New York, and then the answering machine picks up, and I was like to my wife, pick up, Kristen, pick up. And then all of a sudden this voice through the phone says, hello. And my mother-in-law had answered the phone.
Obviously, work like David's, you know, it's painting a much bigger picture, but you know, the military has pitched it as an objective way, as a chance for reporters to get to the front lines, to see parts that they wouldn't have seen. And if there's shadiness going on, even if they're upfront about it, even if they say, we're not going to put you with this unit because we don't like what, you know, we don't think we're going to get the bang for our buck, you know, there's something to that. But to maintain the you know, objectivity, to maintain, no, we're not trying to influence you, we're just giving you access and, you know, making sure that the restrictions to access are reasonable. You know, to see what they're doing with this contractor was disheartening. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Do you think the military is just bound to view the media as a threat?
There are certainly circles where that happens, and I don't know that it's institutional, but there are folks who never got over the reports of Vietnam, and, you know, still will maintain. I mean, we talked to a number of veterans groups who still maintain that it was the media's fault that that Vietnam went poorly, and view the way that Iraq and Afghanistan have been covered as, you know, very anti-military. So I don't know. I don't see it in the reporting. Certainly not the reporting we've done. I don't see it in the reporting landscape. But like any other big organization, if you're taking shots at them right or wrong, they're going to get defensive about it. So.